Thank you, William Grant. I've been talking with my mouth moving, and you haven't heard anything because I turned my mic off and forgot to turn it back on. But welcome to Boogie with the Bull Thursday night uncensored here on the Dave Glovin profile on Facebook and over on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. You have to turn your mic on if you want people to hear you. I want to thank our illustrious computer guru. David Novar for spending a couple of hours with me on the phone yesterday, bringing Tron up to date on some drivers, and at the same time going through and just cleaning up things a little bit to make sure she is going. Jerry Michaels is in the live chat. Jerry, you're welcome to come and join us if you want. I sent you a link. I had sent, as I said, William Rayfield a link, Jen Woodruff a link, Chuck Cook a link. Chuck Cook cannot be with us tonight. He said he didn't think he was going to be back in time. Barbara Emmons, you are watching, and I am actually doing okay today. It was kind of a blah day, only because I spent too much time reading Facebook stuff that I really don't need to read anymore. Oh, you are. I have to set this up so that maybe it will bring a chime or something when people come in, because I just don't pay attention like I should. Good evening, Jerry. How's it going on your end?
Doing okay, Dave. Doing okay. I did the same damn thing you did. I'm trying to
Yep.
do something here. Okay. Well,
I'm getting to the point where I need somebody else to run this for me so that I can just sit back and.
I've been at that point since day one, so you're ahead of
me. Yeah. Well, we got a new cable for the snowball mic, because we were pretty sure the old one was full of shorts, and then spent some time getting it reset, and then updating some drivers and other stuff, and here we are. And anyone who was in the live chat is more than welcome to come and join you. If I didn't send you a link, one of these days I'm going to find a way to set the link on the screen and leave it there. But if you are in the live chat on my profile on Facebook, I will send you a link if you ask me to send you a link and bring you on. Other than that, it's whatever comes out of our mouths tonight with whoever is here. And we, if we end before 8:30, that will be how it is. If not, we'll pull the plug at 8:30, because I have a doctor's appointment in the morning that I have to be up for early. But I cut you off anyway. But what is new and exciting in your neck of the woods? What did you see on online today that's worth talking about?
Not a damn thing. Can we go home now? I don't know. It's just, it's the same shit.
I would almost be tempted. Same shit, different. I would almost be tempted. Yeah, I know. I would almost be tempted to say yes, only because I almost sent links to people and said there really isn't anything new to talk about. So if I end up by myself, it won't be very long. And if anyone comes on, it probably won't be very long, because I did read something that says that President Trump does actually have options if he wants to buy Greenland. And he could actually make the king an offer and buy it himself. The asking price I heard recently was that yesterday I read something that said there are 57,000 people and they're looking for $1 million a person. So $570 million. Obviously, if Donald Trump wanted to buy it, he could afford to buy it. How that goes, I don't really know, because if he buys it himself, I don't know how it becomes something that the government is responsible for. And as we've been talking about it, I don't see buying it, other than, like I said, the reports that I keep reading are that China and Russia are snooping around for parts of it, for military bases. And if that's what they're doing, then yeah, I figure we ought to buy a piece of it ourselves for a military base, because that way we could watch those two while they're there. But other than that, I really don't think that we should spend any money on it, regardless of even if the government had $570 million to spend on it. No, it's time to make America first.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the only other stupid thing I read was that the president of Mexico has decided that she wants to rename the United States of America American Mexicana, which translates to Mexican America.
Yeah, I tell you what. How about we just put a Scud missile up her ass and be done? I think that would work very well.
We could do that.
Here's the deal.
Or could invade them.
You know what? I don't want Greenland. I don't want. I don't really give a damn if they change the name of the Gulf of Mexico. It does absolutely nothing. What possible? What does that do for anything? Doesn't fix anything. So whatever.
No, it doesn't.
You know,
it doesn't.
And what's the other one he wanted to get?
Oh God.
Greenland and what was doing
Greenland? He wanted to buy Greenland. He wanted
to buy it, yes.
God,
and you know, it's like, listen.
Buy Canada.
Oh yeah, buy Canada the 51st state.
Well, make Canada the 51st state, which would probably cost us a lot more than $570 million.
He's not going to do
because there are a lot more people in Canada.
He's not going to do that, and we don't need any of their shit that they're currently going through to have another California, more representatives for them in the House and also the Senate. You know, you're going to need more senators. Even though that's unconstitutional, apparently. And that's that. So, you know what? Fuck all that shit. We got enough problems right here in this goddamn country to deal with that would last 5 lifetimes if Trump could live that long. Our main problem is right now is to let Trump handle a lot of this stuff while we figure out who's next to continue handling it. Okay, because there's only 4 years, and if you remember last time, one day he was elected, the next day he's losing an election, you know, more or less. You know, it's gonna go quick, and if there ain't somebody behind him to pick up, and everybody says Vance, well, if his words match his actions while he's in office, fine. But do not listen to just the words. You got to look at the freaking actions. Because we need to find a guy who's next, or a woman. I don't care either way, as long as they're next and moving forward from the groundwork that Trump lays, because that's all it's going to be, folks. Half of this crap, if not more, is going to be executive orders, not laws. And the laws that do end up getting passed are for a certain amount of time, and then they expire. Okay, we can't have that. We can't have that. Hey, there's Daryl's here.
Hey, Daryl, do you want a link? You want to join us, or actually, I'll send you the link anyway, Daryl. If you decide you want to come join us, it is up to you, and you're more than welcome. I will just send you the link, and if you decide you want to join us, you are more than welcome to join us. And I will do this with making sure that my hands do not leave my wrists at any particular time. Dogs are barking. I apologize for that. There we go, Daryl. Come down to Daryl. Come down to Daryl.
Daryl, and Daryl? Are they brothers?
Daryl, and Daryl. Yep, Daryl, and Daryl, and his other brother, Daryl.
I got a couple of Larrys I can throw in there.
A couple of Larrys. Let's see. There's several Davids on Facebook that we could throw in. There are a couple of Daves that we can throw in. And Larry Burns is up in Canada, which means that for the rest of the broadcast, we will probably hear that the United States has no business buying Canada. We will probably hear that it is much colder in Canada than it is here in Florida. I'm in northern Florida. We have 37 degrees, and it feels like 37 degrees. I don't know where you are, Jerry, but Donna did say it was out. It was cold outside today.
Yeah, most of the day my hands didn't work, so I didn't get to work on the truck. So I got to do it tomorrow somehow.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but it's gonna be just the same way. So, because I got to get the truck being
Yeah.
able to shift out of second gear, and
Okay.
that's kind of important, especially if you're
Yeah.
going further, 50 foot. So
This
yeah,
is very true.
yeah,
This is very true. Uh, I will not forget my dad had bought a Volkswagen Bug convertible that he got a really good deal on. And he took me out and basically taught me how to drive a stick and then said, here's $20, fill the gas tank, go drive it for the rest of the day and get used to it. And I did. And for the longest time, because reverse was you push down, slide it to the right, I think, and go down. I could never get it. So for the longest time, I parked it so I never had to back it up. Until one day he was in the car and he said, if you can't back it up, I'm taking it away
yeah.
from you.
Well, that'll do
So,
it. Yeah, and he's right too. We always
yeah,
find as young
yeah,
people we find the easiest way to get around stuff. But in the end,
yeah,
your parents know that you have to be able to back up the car at some point. So,
yep, yep,
um,
yep,
Larry says 30
yep.
degrees there. Well, we're real happy for you, Larry. Shut the fuck up. There you go. Um,
Yeah,
real happy for you.
yep. As soon as, as soon as I get the Boogie with the bull, no bullshit cups, maybe one day I'll just ask people where they are in the lowest temperature. I'm just going to get one sent to
There you
them.
go.
Uh,
It'll
uh,
be frozen and in 1,500 pieces by the time it gets there, but that'll be fine. Get a get a box of rubble
Probably.
and from Dave. It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Robin Brunson is watching. Daryl Rector is watching. As I said, Larry Burns in Canada is watching. Jane O'Malley is watching. Daryl Rector is watching, and Daryl has an invite if Daryl decides that he wants to come. And if Daryl doesn't want to come, then you can send one of the other Daryls to come in his place. Randy Rhodes is watching. He is not on the broadcast. The only message I got was that he was busy and could not grace us with his presence this evening.
Is he still mad at me? I was just curious.
I had thought that I wouldn't bring it up if it came up, but yes.
Okay.
And all I'll say is that he and I had a long conversation about it, that I made him get on the phone so I could talk to him about. And I said, you have to basically understand that when you're on a panel broadcast, you can say anything you want. But if 5 other people on the panel broadcast disagree with you and the host disagrees with you, at some point,
Well,
you
that's Nick
either
kind of agreed with him. Nick
accept
kind
it.
of agreed with him. The other people agreed with him.
Right,
I don't know where you. I don't remember
right.
where you were at, but who else was there?
I
I think.
I am I Greenland, yes, if we're buying it as a strategic base,
Yeah,
because like I said, it looks like China
I was the only one who
and
didn't.
Russia
I think I was the only one who completely
are
didn't
looking for
didn't
that.
agree with him,
Yep,
and then he leaves
yep.
in a huff. Dude, I got news for
Buying
everybody. We got to have
Canada.
a thicker skin because I got to tell you, the amount of times
Right.
everybody don't agree with
Well,
me
we do.
is it amazes me. Okay, and that's just the way it
Right,
is. And nobody else
right.
went storming off
And
into the frickin' night. Now
we
he's welcome back anytime he wants. Doesn't owe
right,
anybody anything.
right.
Just
The,
got
and, and
to
and
deal
what
with
I
him.
said to him again is that I love your broadcast, and I don't think, short of anybody lately, there hasn't been anybody who's gotten yelled at more than me on the American Rebellion lately. And it's usually because I interrupt everybody like I just interrupted you, and I speak out of turn, and I get animated, and I talk for hours when
Well,
I should only talk for
the
half a
reason
second.
why I
But
jumped off the show is because he started screaming so loud with my headset I lost my eardrums. I find that very hard to
Yep.
believe because you always,
Okay.
when you leave like that, you always leave a message, and you didn't. So I don't
Right.
believe that at all.
Okay.
But
Right.
that's
But I
that's
also
neither here
tried to
nor
say,
there what I believe. So
right. I also tried to say to him that as far as the American Rebellion goes and Jerry Michaels, what I have learned in all the times that I have watched it, been yelled at on the broadcast, is pretty much you either take it and move on, or you go off for the night, as I've done before, and you pout and feel sorry, and then you come back on. If it happened on Monday, you come back on Wednesday, everybody's buddies, you buy the first round at the bar,
uh,
and
let's see.
that's just
I
the
didn't
way it
agree with him
goes.
either, but who cares? Anyone is entitled to their opinion. Yeah, well,
Right.
Larry. Well, I'm assuming he means um,
About Canada,
about
probably.
Randy, because I can't imagine that
Yeah.
Larry Burns wants to be part of the United States. That would completely
Right.
flip my entire vision of Larry Burns because Larry's a proud Canadian,
I think Larry said
and
I think Larry said something about maybe buying
well, yeah,
Ontario. I
that's
mean,
just
not
because they
Ontario,
want
excuse
to
me,
dump our problems
Alberta.
on. They want to
Right.
dump their problems on us. That's
Right.
all that is.
There is a group on Facebook, something making Alberta the 51st state, and I'm in it. I haven't taken any time to read it to understand why Alberta wants to become a 52nd state, but like you kind of said, and I said, if we bought, if we acquired the whole country and it became a state, it will have more electoral votes than anybody else. You just said it would have more representatives in the House than anybody else, and we have to add 2 senators to the Senate, and I don't even know if we can do that.
I don't think
I
we
mean, I'm sure we can, but I don't know what
can.
you have to do that.
It says in the Constitution there'll be two from each state, totaling
Yeah,
100, I believe.
yeah.
Something to the, and that I'm paraphrasing. Okay,
No, I
I'm
know.
paraphrasing, but um, I don't know. I try to give everybody their opinion. You don't like mine, well, that's
Right,
fine. And it's not that I didn't like his opinion.
right.
I don't agree with it, and I don't
Yeah,
think we need any of that. I think we have enough problems right here. I
yep,
think once Trump is in office, we can at least, I don't know about friendly, but be civil with Russia. And we got plenty of buffer space between us and China to where we have more leeway. All right, because as Putin don't fuck with us with like buzzing our planes or ships or any of that crap when somebody that's like Joe Biden isn't in office
yeah,
or Barack Obama. And when Trump was in office, I don't believe that crap happened at all, and they at least got along. I'm not saying it was a perfect relationship. We will never have a perfect relationship, but we at least got along. And I don't think we need Greenland. I think we spend too much money as it is, and then we're going to take on whatever problems Greenland has.
yep,
Um, let's see, it'll never happen, but adding Alberta, we wouldn't need anyone's resources in the world. Um, well, that's fine, but with
yeah,
resources comes many other problems, and you just don't. You know what? We got our own problems, just like every other country. Deal with your own problems and worry about buying other countries.
yep.
All right,
Yeah. I
Robin Brunson, how you doing?
I agree with you. Robin
That's all I'm
runs these
saying.
days.
And I understand he
Yep.
says strategic. I don't know anything about that, and he would know. He obviously knows more than I
Right.
do, and he wants
Yep.
a buffer between us and Russia. I get that. But with airplanes and everything else, the buffer isn't really going to matter that much
Yep.
if they decide to attack us because they're just going to send missiles.
Yep.
Now, I'm not a military expert, obviously, and again, he knows more than all of us. So, but I really don't think that's going to happen.
Yep.
But I do believe that we have enough problems in this country and frankly worldwide with other countries that we need to concentrate on that. And some of them need to be put down and spanked, and others need to be told, listen, we're done with your bullshit.
Yep.
Most of them need to be told, we're not sending you fucking money anymore, any of them.
Right.
Okay. And that includes Canada or whoever else we're sending it to, especially
Yeah.
Mexico. Fuck, why are we sending one thin dime to fucking Mexico?
Yep.
Why? You know,
And Ukraine.
we talk about the countries that hate us. Mexico's one of them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing the shit they're doing, and they would
Well,
take care of the cartels, and they would deal with them to the point where they were all dead, and then they wouldn't have them, but they haven't, and oh God, how many years? Okay, we need to talk about the schools and making them better so kids are more prepared, not only for a job, but also for life.
yep.
We need to talk about the colleges who are teaching, DEI and, all that kind of bullshit instead of how to actually go out and get a job in the private sector. Okay. We need to talk about, and that's where it starts, the schools. We need to talk about more tech schools. We need to talk about, we need advertising for tech schools and to tell how much these people actually make in a year. Now, there's a lot behind that. I've yet to see an AC guy or an electrician show up to my house dressed in a suit and tie. They're dirty. Now, the guy who crawls under the house and does all the shit in that kind, he's filthy. Okay. But they work their ass off and they got to work when they, can get, if there's a job, they got to go do it because they got to get the money when they can. They can't wait. And like that. But then you're working 17 hours a day in some office as a drone trying to get ahead, and nobody even notices. So, and you've spent 4 years in college just to do that, okay,
Yep.
or five, or whatever it was. We need to bring, um, get out the whole CRT and all the rest of the bullshit out of colleges, so that when a doctor goes in, he goes in and he's good at what he does, and even if he graduated last in his class, he's better than anything we got coming out of college today.
Yeah.
We need to teach. We need to talk about big pharma. We need to teach these doctors how to diagnose and not figure out symptoms to give you a pill, and how to cure you of whatever you have. And we need to talk about all the poisons in the food, water, and the air that are actually fucking us up.
Yep.
All right, there.
True.
That doesn't even touch. That's the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more, and not to mention the corruption in the Congress, the House, the intelligence communities, the DOJ, every government agency. And by the way, let's talk about not having every government agency. Okay, the
Yeah.
IRS, the Department of Justice, maybe, but everybody needs to be fired and they need to start over again.
Yep.
Okay. And I don't know. And then there needs to be watchdogs that when they come up with somebody who is doing something illegal, these people need to be prosecuted by an actual independent DOJ, not a Republican DOJ, not a Democratic DOJ. The DOJ, the Department of Justice, needs to be an elected position, I think, um, because being appointed by the president of the United States is really not good, because they go into a hearing, advising consent. The Democrats are mean when it's a Republican president, and they won't vote for him. The Republicans are mean when it's a Democratic president, but they vote for him,
Yeah.
and then we end up with a mess. So
Or we end up with an attorney general who didn't make it to the Supreme Court because Mitch McConnell wouldn't give him a hearing.
yeah, and then they turn around, and put him on the highest. He's the highest ranking law enforcement officer in this country.
Yeah.
um, which and his actions throughout the last 4 years have proven why he should never have been a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah. I also think the first one that should go after Pam Bondi sits down is Michael Horowitz, who's been the
Yeah,
Inspector General of the Department of Justice probably for the 63 years that I've
it
been
seems
alive.
like it, don't
No.
it? It does seem like it. It does
Yeah.
seem like it. I doubt it's
Yeah.
that long, but I got to tell you, I've been hearing Horowitz for
He
I don't know how many years now.
he was there when Sessions took over for Trump in Trump 45. He there I believe when Bill Barr was there, I can't remember who came in after Bill Barr.
Well, what needs to happen is instead of inspector generals, I need to have committees of actual regular citizens. You pay
Yeah,
them a decent wage, okay? Possibly retired people,
yeah,
okay, who can go in there and find dirt and then have the know-how how to do it. Number one, you need ex-cops,
yeah,
investigators, that kind of shit. You also need lawyers on it so that they understand, constitutional lawyers, I might add,
yeah,
that understand the law and so forth. But normal, regular citizens, because what happens is by the time even if it's a scathing report, by the time that report hits the streets, it's gone through 50 hands that have sanitized it
yeah,
so that nobody goes to jail.
yeah,
The report needs to come out as it has been found with the evidence also. And then you prosecute whoever needs to be prosecuted,
yeah,
or you just throw them out of office. Okay, if it's an
yeah,
elected thing, and depending on what the crime was, and maybe you prosecute anyway. But inspector generals have been useless in the last
yeah,
what 15,
right,
20 years.
yeah. Should we go after Chris Wray, who left the FBI before Trump
Yeah,
fired him?
we should go after everyone who broke the fucking law. Now, um,
Yep,
I would bring Chris Ray down, like Daryl said on a show a couple weeks ago, down the list some because he's not in office anymore and he can't really hurt us too much other than what he may be able to do behind the scenes. But Mayorkas, he
yeah.
needs to be number one on the hit list. Biden, I don't see any reason to do it to him. He's fucking potato head. But his son, find a way to break that pardon.
Yeah, we should be able to
Yeah,
break that pardon.
and anybody else Fauci? Oh my God, Fauci's so far high on the list. There's not even a number that high that he can be on.
Do we even know where
No,
he is? I mean, I've been joking. I've been joking that he left for China, however he could get there, and he's running Wuhan
I have
labs
no
over
idea,
there.
and I heard he left the country, but then I don't know. I have not seen him on TV or well on the
Yeah,
internet, I guess, other than if somebody is reporting on something he did then.
yeah,
So don't know.
yeah. I think Bill Gates needs to be brought in and investigated, and I don't know what the punishment should be, but he should be brought in and investigated.
Absolutely. And George Soros should be hauled out of his fucking
George
wheelchair and
Soros.
dragged by his metal into some sort of jail. Um,
I cannot
yeah,
believe that. And like I said, I apologize for getting so upset yesterday, but I personally think that if I was the president, doesn't matter what party, and I was giving George one and Alex showed up, nope,
well, like
nope. If you can't at least if you have a real reason as to why you can't be there and not just because if you're out in sunlight you're going to explode, uh, you, you really need
you
to
know,
be there. I mean, come on. When in your entire life is the president going to give you the golden ice
I, you
cream
know,
cone?
like I said last night, he is so bad of a person,
Yeah,
and the things he have done has been so horrible that they're not even talking. Nobody is talking about the fact Hillary Clinton got one, and she's about as
yeah,
evil as you can get.
and
But George Soros
all of the
goes above that.
reports. Go ahead. Right. And all of the reports about Hillary Clinton getting it also mentioned that she was no longer in office because of the email hassles while she was Secretary of
Yeah,
State.
well,
And I'm thinking we're never going to get to the bottom of that. I'm sure the servers were scrubbed. I'm
yeah,
sure uh, you
well,
know. And part of that is Obama's fault because Obama said that if you're a cabinet secretary, you can carry two phones your official department secretary phone and your own phone. But your own phone has to go through your department's servers for everything. And if it doesn't, then you can't use it.
well. One thing sure, Dave, the paper shredders and everything else have been going overtime. I'll guarantee it.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I'm sure.
so I guess Jen isn't coming. I'm sharing this out.
I invited her, but I didn't get an answer. And Chuck Cook has first said that he wasn't sure and then said that he didn't think he would be home in time, but if he was, he would join. William Rayfield has a link, and hopefully he will join us. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. And Daryl, I have said, if you're still watching, come join us. And anybody else, if you're watching and really want to come on and promise to at least attempt to get along with everybody else who might be on when you come on, then you're welcome to come on.
Oh, he'll get along with me. I get along with him. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
It's not a big deal.
yeah.
I'm past all that silliness.
No, I know. I know you are. I know you are. I
I'm
know
not
you
doing it
are.
no more. You know why? Because it just pisses me off, and there's no point in it anymore. I just
Yeah,
see. I'm one of these people. That if you're better off if you're pissed off or just to say it out loud and get it over with because the
yeah,
longer it sits, the
yeah,
worse it gets, and everybody's pissed off, and it's just not fucking worth it.
yeah,
I'm sorry, it's just not.
yeah. No, it isn't. Life is too short. My father used to say, "Life is too short. Don't sweat the little
Exactly.
stuff."
So,
I wish I followed his advice, but it was good advice.
well, yeah, I think we all wish that we could have listened to our parents way more because my mother was a nut, but she wasn't stupid.
No.
And my father
Yeah.
knew a lot more than I ever did. And you know,
Yeah.
I guess you live and learn, but then you try to teach today's youth or whenever, okay, and they do the exact same thing we did, and it's very frustrating. And we scream
Yeah.
and rant and rave, but nobody listens. And then they come back and tell you, "Oh yeah, you were right about everything." It's like a vicious circle, is what it is.
Yeah.
So
It is.
I guess the
It
thing
is.
is, and this is what I've heard, and I actually believe, if you keep saying the same shit, maybe somehow it'll break loose one day when they need it, you know, and they'll recognize it or some, I don't know, something, but
Yeah.
who knows?
I don't
Who
know.
knows?
I don't know.
I don't either. But
I don't know.
it's just being pissed off is not after the
No.
last time, and it went on for a couple of months. I was pissed off at a few. It just was not fucking worth it.
No,
And
I know. I
they
know. I
obviously,
know.
well, some of them did, figured the same thing. So everything's I wouldn't say back to normal, but at least it's everybody is friendly, and that's
Yeah.
the main thing.
Uh, this is the first time I think I've ever seen the lights on behind you
Yeah, that's my laundry room now
in quite a
with the
long
freezer. Yeah, I got
time.
the washer and dryer in the
Yeah.
house finally, and the freezer's behind me, and that cabinet is full of about half full of food, and then I got another cabinet over here full of food, and that's why the lights are usually out because I always forget to put down the flags. I keep forgetting.
I don't care. I don't
So,
care. I tell people if you got a flag that you have behind you, it's your choice. And if anybody gets mad because they see a flag behind somebody that they don't like, don't watch.
oh yeah, I
Really.
don't care
I
about
mean,
that. I long
it's
since have
just
not cared about that. People
you
used to
know,
say shit
you
about the
know,
rebel flag, and
yeah, the rebel
actually had
flag, this
a few
flag,
about
that flag.
had
I don't,
had a few pissed off about the American flag, and I was like, well, yeah, you're shit out of
uh,
luck there, buddy.
I I have a beautiful a guy in Connecticut started building them. One of the uh, thin pole wood flags. It's beautiful. One of these I'll dig it out of the closet and show it to you. But if I had a wall behind me, that's where
You
it
do
would
have
be
a wall
hanging right
behind you,
now.
right there, to
No, that's a
no, the
dresser.
side. Oh, oh yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I
that's a
see.
dresser. That's a
Oh,
dresser.
well, put it on the front, the door. You'll be fine.
Well,
I'm sure
yeah,
your wife won't mind.
it's just no, no. My wife, my wife wouldn't mind. We want to take the mirror off the wall and hang it right there because the last thing I need is to look in the mirror and see myself.
Jolene is.
Jolene Kirkland Foster is with us. Good evening, Jolene. I hear things are going good. I hope things continue to go good for you. Uh, and Help me out, Jerry. I know life is going good. I think something about her daughter, but I actually can't remember, and I don't want
Her
to say
daughter's
that I shouldn't.
husband died of cancer, and
Ooh,
for whatever reason, I'm not going to guess. Her daughter left and left Jolene with two rambunctious grandchildren.
yeah,
But the daughter is back now, hopefully, and
good,
taking care of the kids, which is the way it's supposed to be, and give
good.
Jolene a break.
Yeah,
I'm not really in the know, just what she has said. That's all. And,
yeah, yep,
hopefully that remains that way and they get through all
yep,
what happened.
yep,
Because having to take care of somebody with any disease that is terminal is
yeah,
not an easy thing. And then,
no,
they're going to go and you watching them go and slowly but
yep,
surely, which is what's insidious about it. And then they go. Now, I don't know the inner
yep,
workings of her family or anything else, so that's
yep.
all I have to say.
It, yeah. Well, it. My father survived testicular cancer, and I guess when he knew that it came back, he didn't say anything. And I think he tripped one day or fell in the bathroom or something, and my mother said something's wrong, and he told her. Went to the doctor, and it was stage 4, and the doctor said it's too late. And then the only good thing, really, is that my father, as he was laying in a bed and chartering his flight, was that he had lesions on his spine, not associated with the cancer, but that so that a lot he had no idea how much pain he was in,
Uh,
and his doctor used to go in every day and say, you don't have any idea how much pain you are in, do you? And I guess he understood how much pain he should be in, but he honestly said no. And they said, that's the best thing you have going. Matter of fact, the week that he passed, they put him on morphine, and he finally said, just take it away. I don't want to become addicted to it. So just take it away. And then I guess
yeah.
about the week before he died, he started taking it again.
Well, they
Uh,
do that
but
to make when it's obvious, it's close.
yeah,
I guess it's better.
yeah,
It's better than going out in agonizing pain. That's all I can
yeah,
think. I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
Plus, they don't have to deal with you as much. Like for instance, him
Right.
knowing he's dying and saying he doesn't want to be addicted. You're right. Your mind ain't right because of the
Yeah,
drugs.
yeah.
And that's just kind of how that goes. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
David Bray.
Me, I don't know. If they tell me, if they tell me I need it, I will probably ask for it. Morphine. I don't know about. I've never
Me
had it
neither.
before, so I don't honestly
Me
know
neither. I know my
if
wife
I.
has had it when she had her surgery,
Yeah,
and it was only 5 milligrams, which is like
yeah,
it's like a child's dose, but now it's an adult
yeah,
dose because of
yeah,
drug addicts and shit. I guess I don't know, but anyway, it put her to sleep.
yeah.
So
It it would be one of the things that if I ever owned enough stock in a pharmaceutical company, it would be me sitting down and looking at everybody and go, okay, if you have it, it's time we put it out.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if people want to keep taking the pills that you tell them for 63 or 126 years or whatever, then they can keep taking the pills. But if we have a cure, we should offer it. The insurance companies should offer it, and if you want it, you should take it. Why? Because if they spend $50,000 to buy you the cure, the pill, or whatever it is, and it's gone and it's not coming back,
Yeah,
you know, you don't need insurance anymore. Oh well, you don't need that much insurance anymore.
holy
So,
crap! David Fowler wrecked his motorcycle.
oh no,
Didn't you
the
just get that
the one thing
not too long ago?
the one thing I hate about live stream software like we're using Restream and the Facebook live chats is things don't get on the screen fast enough. Like you mentioned that and it just immediately popped up on this screen, but Restream is very slow, I've noticed. And then somewhere usually around an hour into the broadcast, it just stops sending things to the screen.
Well, I've
And I don't
noticed.
know if it's Restream or if it's Facebook
I don't
or
know.
you know,
I don't know.
it happened with StreamYard too.
Jolene says
So I
heaven has
just
three apes. I mean boys. Yeah, I see where you had your problem, Jolene. I understand. Boys, when they're young, boys are way harder than girls. When they get older,
yeah,
girls become much harder than boys because you can't punch them in the head. And
yeah,
well, you can, but then you go to jail and shit. And like, there's a couple times with my daughter, I had to walk out of the house because I was that close to just leveling her. Um,
ouch.
and in the end, she didn't get pregnant. I never had the
Yep,
cops knock on the door at 3 o'clock in the morning to tell me she was dead. And
that's a good thing.
she never called from jail, although I did have to go to a bail bondsman because she did have to get a restraining order against a boyfriend I hated. I
Yeah,
didn't like her boyfriends when she was dating guys. One was a wuss. He was just terrible, but he didn't hurt her.
yeah.
The one I hated the most did, and then I had to go to her guy's house and move all her shit out. He called his mommy over to stand up for him. And I'm looking at this and I'm shaking my head. I didn't go in the house because they wouldn't let me in the house. So she had to drag everything out. We threw it in the truck and took her home. You know,
Yeah.
she didn't have much, so it was like one truckload, and then whatever she forgot, she said she didn't care about. So whatever. Um, but he he was not a good person, and his
No.
former girlfriend, who he had a child with, the restraining order she put on him wrecked his him getting custody of his child because the ex girlfriend, although seemed very nice, was batshit crazy. So the whole situation was just a ton of fun, and I had to go into the courtroom. And I literally made an ass of myself sitting in the courtroom. I got up and I testified, and I was pissed, and the judge knew it because I told the
Yeah.
judge, if you don't give it to her or she comes back again, we're going to be talking about something completely different. And um, I sat in the, when you're done, you go sit in the gallery there, and I just kept making noises and all kinds of shit, just so he knew that I was serious, and I basically made an ass of myself in the courtroom. But she got it. And the mother comes
Yeah.
up and says, I think Nicole is exaggerating on what exactly happened. And I'm looking at the mother. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. You know, your son's a scumbag. Okay. It's not the first restraining order he's had. You know, he's a scumbag, and you're saying that. And
Mhm.
you're just worried about getting the kid. Well, screw you. Kid has no business being near his mother or father, but of the two, the mother's better. But the kids,
Yeah.
they do shit, and you tell them not. I didn't like this guy from the night I met him, and I told her one time. I said I do not like him. He is not a guy you want to be around. Blah blah blah. She had another boyfriend, who they went to visit his parents or something in, I think it was North Carolina, some damn where. And while she was taking a nap, he was sleeping, or I say the word sleeping, but with his ex girlfriend in the same trailer, which was neat. And
Oh,
after she
delightful.
dumped him, like a week later, he got arrested for attempted murder. Which, and this was the same guy that when I met him, ate his pizza crust first. I didn't like him immediately. There's something wrong with somebody who does that shit, and I'm just looking at him
Okay.
like, what the fuck are you doing? I asked him, what are you doing? And it's like, yeah, okay, this guy ain't gonna last. So I mean, it's like that, and I think every father goes through it, and also with his son, because you see some slut walk through your front door with your son, you know what she is. Okay, I
Yeah.
mean, it's obvious. So back in my day, coming up. If you walked in the house with a girl with a rabbit skin coat and those freaking boots they used to wear back in the 70s, with the rabbit fur around them and the tops and shit, you knew she was a whore because that was the international sign of
Yeah.
being a whore. Okay, it's just
Right.
the rabbit skin coat was not good, but
So,
and your parents, they were usually very nice to the person. I'm not built that way. Um, and then I find out I'm sitting at the table with the wife beater guy, and he's talking about my daughter for some reason used to carry handcuffs on her on her rearview mirror, and frankly, I know why she carried handcuffs on the rearview mirror and would do anything not to know that. Okay, anything in the world I would do. Okay,
okay.
but
All
I
right.
found out he didn't like them, so he ripped them off the rearview mirror and the rearview mirror, and that I'm like,
Mirror.
that's your fucking truck, and you let him do that? I mean, it's like no fucking way do you let somebody, I don't care what it's for, screw with your
Yeah.
property like that, especially your vehicle or your house or whatever, and allow them to get away with that
Yeah.
shit. That's bullshit.
Right. Yeah. 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 Respect your car because one day you might have to
Yeah,
live in it.
well, that only that, it's your stuff. We bought her that truck. We surprised her
Yeah.
with that truck. Matter of fact, instead of me teaching her how to drive it, because like you said, it was a stick. The dealer
Okay.
guy taught her how to drive it, and she had it literally in one test drive. The test drive lasts
Yeah.
around 7 8 minutes, and she had
Yeah.
it,
Wow.
which she's able to do shit like it's very smart, but and coordinate, not
Yeah.
really coordinated, but able to do shit, and so it is what it is. Hey,
Cool.
Jimmy Collins is here. How you doing, Jimmy?
Jimmy Collins is here, and there was someone else.
Yeah.
David Bray is watching. I saw him
So
way up there, and David Fowler is watching. Everybody's
Dave
watching tonight.
Fowler. I haven't seen Danny in a couple of nights, so I was wondering what happened to her.
No, I haven't seen her either. I haven't seen her either.
So maybe she's
Uh,
busy. Maybe she don't like me either.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
No, come on. Danny
I don't
likes
know.
you.
Well, everybody
Danny
gets
likes
mad at
you.
me at some point. That's kind of my whole life. So sometimes they're not even wrong.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not
Well,
mad at
there
you
you go.
tonight. I
We'll
don't
move
care if you're
on.
mad at me. I don't care if you're mad
No,
at
I
me,
have no
but
reason.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad
No
at
reason
you.
to be mad at you, Dave. I find
Good.
you know what it is. We just keep trying. That's all. It's fucking
Yep.
that simple. I
Yep.
don't know. I don't even know how to explain it anymore.
The ones I enjoy are just when something comes out of my mouth and I see your hands go over your face and I know that you are laughing
Well, that's
hysterically.
because
Then I know I did
because
something
lately,
right on
Dave,
that
you've been
broadcast.
funny, which I like that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
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 I
Yeah.
mean,
Sarcasm that I don't
yeah,
think about and I
yeah,
just say and I just ad lib whatever comes out of my mouth. That's funny. If I have to think about it, it's
yeah.
not
What do you
funny.
call, like last night when Randy told me just not to talk? That was hilarious. I've never had anybody do that before.
I I have no idea
Yeah,
where
but it was
that came
no, it's
from.
because he
And
had
I
a
was
show the day before with Michael Anthony. I said
no
none
no
of that
no.
shit is going to happen.
I had no idea. I was watching myself behind myself saying that, going, just say it and get it out of your mouth because Jerry's going to rip you, meaning me, for saying it.
No,
And the only reason I did it was my brain said, hey, I interrupt everybody else and I get yelled
no.
at.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking
I'm
about.
going to be. I'm going to be Jerry for a second, and then I'm going to give Jerry
You,
back the floor. The best person that made me laugh the most was the night that Robert Lawless came on dressed
yeah, that
as
was
you.
fun.
I don't know if it was a birthday. I don't remember the reason behind it, but every time I see him on, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, and I want to start laughing
Larry says, Jerry,
hysterically
one
because
point or
it
another,
was just
everybody's
so
been mad at
funny.
you. Thousands of shows, I've seen it all. Thank you, Larry, for being our historian, first of all, and
Yeah,
secondly,
yeah,
constantly bringing that up as a point of humor. Although, in all humor, there is a certain amount of truth. In that particular piece of humor, there's quite a bit. So, Nikki Young is here in the studio green room. Sorry. So don't worry, Nick.
Is
We keep
I don't
people, no
see him.
matter what show you go on, we just keep you in the green room. That's
Is
how we like it.
Nikki here? Because did you send him an invite?
Let's see. Yes, I did. The
Okay,
comment
then.
Jerry made to Dave when he took off his headphones and you said he looked like a mad professor and Dave combed his hair is still making me laugh. He did. He did though, Jane. How you doing,
Yeah,
Jane? Nice to see
yeah.
you.
All right, let me try sending Nikki a link myself because I don't see it, and I don't mean to get anybody mad at me if I don't remember to send you a link or don't think to send you a link. So that's why I tell people, uh, if you don't, if you didn't get a link, come into the live chat and ask for a link. Uh,
Let me try again.
my
Oh, I don't have it here. No,
All
I
right, well,
know
let
what I
me.
did. I think I sent him the show link. No, I didn't send him the link to the show.
Oh,
How did
okay.
he get in the green
All
room?
right, I don't know because I don't see him in
All
the
right.
green room. So let me send him a link very quickly,
Okay. Yeah,
uh,
do that, Dave.
and then he can come in and yell at me, and I'll apologize and I'll give him a raise, and everybody will be happy. There you go, Nikki. That's the link. That should bring you. That should bring you in here. And as I said, anybody else, Daryl Rector, if you're still around and you want to come on, or anybody else that wants to come on. That's what we did with Chuck Cook. That's how we got Chuck Cook to do broadcasts. He used to watch
I
Randy
like
and I in
Chuck.
the morning. Yep.
Chuck's
One
a
day I
good guy.
brought him on, and then I said, do 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 the Mondays and Wednesdays with me. If you like those, come on Tuesday and Thursdays. And then I said to him, if you have a good time on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you got 6 nights of the week available, I'm sure Jerry will bring you on.
Listen, Larry Burns says some of the best shows when people got pissed off for no reason. Really, Larry? Really, Larry? Okay.
Really?
Because I remember one show where you got really, really pissed, and to this day, get pissed. I was just wondering. That seems
Okay.
that seems like that could be not true. I don't know, but
Okay. It
whatever it
there
is, it is. Hey,
there was
listen, I
just
gotta tell you, if people get a laugh out of it, I'm good with that. But
yeah.
and I don't get mad to getting double talk. So rebooting, okay.
Okay.
Nick is rebooting, so
There
um, he's good.
there is so much in life to laugh about
Yes.
that I just don't see getting somebody mad so that everybody else laughs just doesn't seem to be the way to do it.
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying, but when you're watching it, it can be
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
When you're in the middle of it, it's not so much.
Yeah.
But
You know.
I got to tell you, when I first started doing videos, there was on the porch and all that, just me, and I do one and then upload it before live video, and people. The only time I got tons of views is when I was screaming. And one day I
Yeah.
realized that, and I kind of cut back on that quite a bit. Um, like last night wasn't me yelling so much as it was just I don't know what it was, but it just seems silly to think we're going to go buy other countries to me. I don't know. That's all that
No.
was.
Yeah.
And I
I
understand
don't
that. And
see
now
it.
we have all these experts on X that say, "Oh, it's absolutely possible we can go steal the Panama Canal and do this and that and the other." Are there ways to negotiate the Panama Canal? Prop should have never been given away. No. For a dollar? No.
No. No.
Um,
No.
that's bullshit. My anger is genuine, but some people's anger is foolish and funny as hell sometimes. Oh, okay. I got you, Larry. Fucking Larry.
Yeah.
Okay. I missed the pork
We're
belly.
gonna
Were
get Larry
awesome.
on one night.
But we do the show now, and I try to stay calm, but just you know,
Yeah.
you get it.
You can't
No,
always.
because I'll tell you what, you're the only guy I know. I think I've seen you really pissed off one time.
Oh, I've gotten really mad at
No,
people
I'm talking
before.
about just
I hold the
in
record for that.
general in America. Getting mad at people,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I understand that. But
Okay.
like when I came on and got mad at William, probably shouldn't have done that because it wasn't my show. But
Well,
every
I don't
time
care.
I get on,
No.
he wants to argue with me for some reason, and I don't know why. But there's Nick,
Yeah.
so that should end that.
There's Nick. There's Nick. There's Nick. Yep.
How you doing, Nick?
You, you can talk, Nick.
Well, I was waiting for y'all to finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait
I'm
for
kinda-
Jerry to shut the fuck up.
I'm kind of cordial like that until I tell Jerry to shut the fuck
Oh,
up.
okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I'm
Let's
still
see.
battling.
Barbara Ammons says, hello, David
See, I was
Dovar,
trying to
David
talk.
Fowler, David Bray, and Dave
Yeah.
Globin. I'm not Mr. I'm just Dave.
Yeah. See, I was trying to talk, Jerry. See what happened?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
sorry.
not my show, Nick. Not I can do for you.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
If you feel the need, you can haul over and slap me while
Yeah,
you're
no,
a
I
guest on
can't do
my
that,
show.
Dave.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
care.
If I ever do that, you should never have me
Uh,
back on, and that's as simple as that gets.
If you're a Democrat named Barry, I reserve the right to yell at you from the minute you come on until the minute I kick you off.
That guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
that
you
guy
go.
pissed me off. I'm sorry.
I
That
found
guy
that.
pissed me the fuck
I
off.
found that. Yeah, I found
I
that
don't know
recently.
if you watched that, Nick, but
No.
like they were talking about some damn bill.
But other than
and
that,
Dave didn't
I'm all
agree with
right.
the bill.
I'm all right, Dave.
And nobody cares, Nick. Nobody cares.
I'm still
Yeah.
suffering with this sinus
No, you're
shit,
okay.
and it's cold. But
Okay.
that's
Yep.
You know what I
Okay.
have the biggest problem with
I'm
when
sorry.
I'm not doing the show myself is I can't keep my hand off the fucking mouse because I'm always
Yeah.
clicking on shit. It's weird. But this guy, they were talking about some bill that obviously Dave didn't agree with or whatever. And he was just asking questions of this guy. And the guy said, well, you don't understand it. You're not a lawyer. And I was like, oh,
He
hell
wasn't either.
fucking no. Oh, I was pissed.
Yeah. And then he just went crazy. And I know I remember hearing you say, just cut it,
Yeah.
let him go. And I just kept letting him go because I think I was laughing.
like
What a
a
dick.
government bill.
You know,
Yeah, this guy was a
I don't
Democratic
remember.
accomplice to somebody. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I get on and it's like, where did you graduate law school? And he had no clue what I was talking about. I said, where did you graduate law school? He said, why? I said,
Yeah.
because you ain't no fucking lawyer either. And you're telling him you don't understand it because he's not a lawyer? How the fuck do you understand it? And then the floodgates opened.
Yeah. He just
The lawyers in Congress don't understand it.
Oh God, I could still hear this guy yelling every time
Yeah.
we talk about him.
Well,
But hang on just a
you're
second.
welcome,
Without
Dave.
pills, the cure. Without the cure, I got to take
Oh, there you
pills.
go.
Yeah, there's a pill for everything.
Yeah.
You know,
They do.
you're not taking a blue pill, are you?
I'm taking a blue pill, but it's not that
Not the
twice a
same thing,
day.
huh?
But it's not that blue pill.
Okay.
there
No,
you
it's
go.
not that blue pill.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I
there you go.
I take one too that's like a blue green. You know, it's my crazy meds, the anxiety shit. So but still.
Larry says the imposter Canadian really fired. You know, I knew the minute that and he doesn't even. We had this guy. He came on twice. One time he was from Miami and was mad at Nick because he didn't wear Made in America T-shirts. So he was. Yeah, I swear to God, that's true.
That
And so,
jackass.
yeah, we ended up getting rid of him. But then he came back, claiming to be from
With
Canada.
his mustache, and
Yeah.
he had he tried, but I got him right away. I was like, I know this dude. I remember this dude.
Worst fake porn mustache from the 70s you've ever seen. Okay.
Oh God.
And just as Nick texted me that this, they were the same guy. I'm looking at this guy and I'm listening to his voice and I'm like, I know this guy. And then, it all came together. And then, the Canada thing. And next thing I know in the comments, I see these two words. It says, link me from Larry Burns. And so just naturally I did it. But when his face popped up underneath, all I could think, I think I said it out loud. I don't remember, but I go, oh shit, here we go. And he pops up, and Nick gets a big smile on his face, and Daryl's kind of laughing. I forget who else was on. And he says something like, oh, "I thought I'd come and let you talk to a real Canadian or some shit." And they start arguing back and forth. And then he goes, "Jerry, is this how you allow people to treat your guests?" And I'm like, "Dude, give it up," And then he go, "Oh, you figured it out." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit, Sherlock," and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, he wasn't from Canada.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Has Larry ever been on your show? I mean,
Yeah,
say I'll bring him on all the time.
I don't know.
I see him, but
I think he has. Well, let's see. What has he said? Lady friend. Now, and plus hockey season, which we could never get him off the hockey. He's hooked on the hockey, and then
he's full of hockey puck.
Yeah, he has to come home, and he has a system that gets him through life, and that's what he does. So he listens and comments now and again. So
I just put that on the screen. I'm not going to touch it or say anything about it, but I just felt obligated to put that message.
We are trying to get those two together. There is a love connection, but Chuck Woolery just died, so it's up to us now.
Okay.
Larry's been on a lot of times, actually. He used to come on a couple of times a week. Toronto was winning 2-0 right now. We're very happy for you, Larry.
Cool.
Yeah, he used to come on all the time. Then some shit happens, and not so much anymore. But I hope that he will come back. It's always good to hear from another country, even if it is right next door and you wear it like a hat. But nevertheless,
yeah. Well, he's looking for a hat trick tonight.
Yeah, something.
Okay.
But he's Larry is he's a tough guy. I can tell you that mentally, and I can tell you physically, because in his 50s, he was lifting 25 tons of food every day in a warehouse, like a distribution warehouse, by hand, apparently. And that's not easy for a 50-something-year-old guy. It's not. He doesn't do that now, but he did do that, especially in Canada, where it's 12 below zero in August. So, yeah.
He said single life keeps him. Single life keeps me really
busy. Is what he meant.
Busy. That word. The busy word is busy. Single life keeps me busy. Kathy did a lot. I didn't. Yeah, well, that's a lot of times that's how it is.
Yeah, she comes home and cleans the house, takes care of the dog, that kind of shit.
Yep.
Stuff that most people do when they're single and they come home. And because there's not two, sadly, it's not always. And plus, let's face it, staying busy has got them this far since the horribleness happened. So.
Yeah,
let's not fuck with it too much.
That's very true. No.
The best thing is stay busy, keep your mind off of it.
Stay busy. Yep. Stay busy. Keep your mind.
That's the best way to
going.
do it.
Yes.
That's all I got to say.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Kids and grandchildren, be with them.
Yeah. Well, he's got a grandbaby, so he's got a grandson.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Hell, he must be almost 2 years old right about now.
Oh, it's that long? God damn.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, Nick, we're getting old.
Yeah.
Quickly.
You are.
Yeah.
Getting. No, next week I'll be old. I'm not old yet. Next week I'll be old.
By the time Larry is 70, he'll be living like a slob, wearing a white beard T-shirt and drinking Labatt's and screaming at the TV and whoever. Probably little children on his yard. I don't know, but for right now, he bought a new house. Well, it's I guess a mobile home or a one of those modular things or something, and he's fixing that up. So,
but it's nice.
2 years on the 27th, my asshole self is back. Oh, good. Okay. Oh. Well, sadly.
There you go.
Okay, good.
Good thing you're still an asshole, Larry.
You don't try to raise yourself above the rest of the assholes, Larry.
No.
'Cause we all are the
Right.
same.
Right.
That's why we gravitate towards each other.
Yeah.
That's why we do these broadcasts, because birds of an asshole fly together, or something like that.
Yeah, that's close, Dave.
Yeah.
It's close. Yeah. No, true
You
story.
almost got it right.
Yeah. Then you
Well,
got Jimmy here.
maybe it's birds of an asshole flew
Jimmy
together.
here,
I don't know.
I don't know how they got to be 16, 17 now, I guess, but maybe older. I don't know. But he raised two daughters basically by himself with no money.
Ouch.
And I know because he's driven the same car for 15 years and he's constantly fixing it.
Yeah.
Bo,
Well, he learned that from
Bo,
you.
and they had to put an X on the end because Canada is 16 months old now.
Yeah.
His grandson.
Yeah, that's kind of like Louisiana, Bo.
Beox.
Yep.
His name is Beox.
Yeah.
American.
Well,
American.
they didn't want to confuse him with Bo Biden.
No, we
which
won't
is
be
the,
doing
the
that.
son of which is the son who
Larry's
died.
gonna come in and down to Florida and stab you, Dave. Be careful.
No, please don't do that. I don't stab very well.
That means you lose the fight. Dave.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but don't tell him.
Well, that or I'll trade him. He can stab me, but the Rottweiler may bite him when she's not biting me.
He may hit you with a hockey puck or two. I don't know. He can do that from a distance. I guess. I don't know. Like
it'll be a 2-hit fight. He'll hit me with the hockey puck, and I'll hit the floor.
Gratitude is greatly fealty. Oh yeah. Oh, greatly felt. Yeah.
It is.
Oh no, I'm talking. Jimmy,
like
I think is talking about something else, but yeah. One day they will, Jimmy. Yeah. Just not today, tomorrow, or anytime in the near future where you're going nuts. I wonder how many. He's got two daughters. I wonder how many boyfriends walked through that house he hated.
Oh
God, that's like double whammy.
Jeez, I have one daughter, and boy.
Yeah.
Our youngest son has a 8-month-old daughter, and I cannot imagine what his life is going to be. I don't know however old girls start dating these days, but I mean, not
9.
Easy. Well, I don't see her dating at 9 years old, living with her father. No.
Well, here's the thing.
But you never know.
Me and the wife are walking through Walmart with my daughter, and my daughter and my wife are talking shit, and I'm talking shit back. And there's this young couple. They had a baby girl in a stroller, and they were both laughing. And I looked at him. I said, "That's funny shit, huh? Yeah, okay." And I pointed at the baby girl. I said, "It's coming. It's coming for you if you live through it. It's coming." Yeah, it's coming. He didn't know what I was talking about, but he will.
Yeah.
Well, boys are very easy.
Yep.
Young
girls,
boys.
just hold on to your shorts because it's coming.
Yep. Yeah. I think, like I said before, young girls, like young children, girls, they're easier when they're young. When they get to a certain age, I guess now it's like 12 or 13. That's the end of that. Yeah. And boys are a pain in the ass when they're young, but they end up being somewhat better if they're raised right, of course, when they get to that age. Because girls, there's the old saying: with boys, you got to worry about his dick, and with girls, you got to worry about everybody else's.
Yeah,
this is true.
So,
that is very true.
You are correct.
That is very true.
Yeah,
I look at our 12
in the last 18 months. I don't like much.
And when I was 12 years old, I thought I owned the world too. So.
Although the friendly ideology still fires me up. Yeah, we know, Larry. We know. Well, Larry has done actually on our show. He's kind of the expert on the friendly people.
Yep.
He has read both of the. There's 2 Qurans. He's read both of them, and he knows what they say. And it's it ain't good, none of it. And you want to believe it's not all of them. You do, because as a human being, but it is. It's every fucking one of them. It is.
Okay.
So that's it. Jerry's 100% correct. Well, Jesus, let's write this down on a fucking calendar.
Holy shitballs, Batman.
Yeah. Holy crap.
It's an
That's
infamous
just
day in history.
observation from people talking like with Nick. Nick went through hell with his daughter, and there was reasons. Okay, he didn't get her till like later in life and stuff. Not really later in life, but she was older than when he got her finally.
Yeah, she was.
And then $1,000, and then he had to retrain her, which retraining women is
Yeah,
that's
hard.
difficult. I don't care who
Very
you are.
hard.
She was like 12 or 13, somewhere around there, in between 12 and 13 when I got custody of her.
Yeah.
And man,
yeah,
it wasn't an easy road coming this far, believe me.
yeah, but tell them what it's like now. See, that's the thing.
Oh, it's
That's
great
the main
now.
fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
It's
with my
great
daughter,
now.
it's the same thing because she finally figured out I knew more than her, and she understands that.
Yeah. Well,
She understood that I was watching her walk down the same path I walked down. Now, she will not fully understand until she has children, and that is where, if there is a God, he's a funny motherfucker, because
yes,
that
he is.
right there is what that has got to be one of those things that he did just to laugh his ass off at all of us.
That's one of the things.
Okay.
My parents my mom especially, always said, "Wait till you have children."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Mine too.
Oh boy, was I wrong.
Yep, I think every parent has said that, and now your daughter knows it because how many? And especially she's got what,
she's
2,
got
3
it.
girls, 2 girls.
She's got 2 girls, and biologically she's got 3 kids, 2 girls and 1 boy, and then step daughter and son.
Yeah, so
with her marriage.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's got to put up, and then she told us the other day, my oldest granddaughter, London, she said, London's like 11, I think, right now. And I lose track of time. But anyway, it's like she's she's getting into that time, that time almost. It's coming. She said, because I don't know what they were doing, but then she said, London raised her arm and there was hair under her arm.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, uh-oh. Here comes the bullshit, mama.
Yep.
Yeah, you better be careful now.
And then she is going to get mad at her husband because he conveniently has to go work on an oil rig out in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico for, like, I don't know, weeks at a time, which is going to be very helpful for him. Hopefully, he can set a schedule to that time of the month and be good. I don't know.
Yeah, well, thankfully, he doesn't go out in the Gulf of Mexico. He's on land rigs, but still.
I thought
it's 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah, wasn't he? Didn't he used to be in the Gulf?
No, I don't think he ever worked offshore.
Oh, that was just you then. All right.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But so yeah, London's getting there at that point to where, the hormones are gonna really start kicking in and shit. But she's just not interested in boys yet. Until the hormones kick in, I guess. Now, my grandson, Drake, which is a year younger than her, he's 10. He's interested in girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Either.
Yeah. So
good looking?
Well, it's better than the other. It's better than the alternative, I guess.
That's true.
Well,
I don't know, because he can get more pregnant than just her getting pregnant. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
That's true. That's true.
I think that I don't even know. I met my daughter when she was 18. She's my stepdaughter. I know what she was doing. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to know it. One day I decided to
Right.
search her room because she pissed me off so bad because I had a feeling she was on drugs too. And I opened up the drawer. The first thing I did is open the drawer next to the bed, and I find a pile of condoms. Worst
Oh,
fucking mistake I ever fucking made with anybody in my lifetime. I to this day, when I think about it, have not lived that down to me. Because I didn't want to
okay.
know none of that. She used to, when I first moved in, she would walk around, let's just say, scantily clad, and I had to tell her mother, I said, I don't want to see her that way. I mean, I know this is her house, but I don't want to see her. I mean, now in my house, I never wear a shirt unless it's wintertime. Okay, but when somebody comes over, I put a shirt on, especially them, and it stays on until they leave. Simply because I don't know. I guess that's how I was brought up. I don't know, but they lived together for a long time alone after my wife's husband killed him. Basically, well, he died. He didn't kill himself, but he tried hard. Um, didn't help him. Let's put it that way. When you got bad kidneys and liver and all that, you really shouldn't be passed out in the garage drunk and that
No.
kind of shit. And he was her hero. The other thing I did wrong was the one I got so pissed off at her. I told her because she used to say, as a dig to her mother, as a joke, how her mother was out at dinner and she was at home at 12 years old when her father died. And I said, if I hear that out of your fucking mouth again, you're going through a window. It is not your fault, it's not your mother's fault that your father died. He killed himself, basically, and you fucking know it.
Ouch.
But you want to keep telling your goddamn mother that it was her fault. And then you want to throw, like, it's like a claw in her neck. That ain't happening no more. Now, I should have said that to her, but there's no way I should have said that to her when I was mad
Yeah.
because it just didn't come out right. But I think she took it to heart and realized that what she was doing was wrong because she never did it again. That I know of. I've never heard of that again, and I doubt seriously it's happened. But it should have been handled better, way better, because that was, what it was. That was at the time her Achilles heel, and I knew it. And when you get pissed at somebody, you go for the Achilles heel, and it was wrong. I should have done that. I should have sat her down and at least tried to talk to her, about correcting that, but I didn't. So I feel bad about that. But it turns out that it worked out okay. Um,
Yeah,
I
I
was
used
there 3 weeks and had to go save her from some guy who was ready to rip her fucking head off because she pulled out of her friend's house, and the father was pissed because she almost, and we all know almost means she didn't do it, hit a brand new plumbing riser pipe that he had just had put in literally like the day before. And he was in her face screaming, and my gun was in the truck because I was at her friend's house and really did not think I was going to need it. And this guy was huge, and I mean bigger than me. And one of them guys like lifted telephone poles and shit and all that kind of crap. So I'm dead. All right. But I'm trying to get between me and her. And it's like this could go either fucking way. Took the tow truck literally 35, 40 minutes to get her far enough away from the pipe where she could back out. Because if she moved the car, it was going to hit the pipe. How she didn't hit it going forward, I don't know, but she could have hit it going backwards. So, it's like that was 3 weeks in. And, I realized then that it was my job to try to protect her mainly from herself because that's what we do with kids. We protect them from themselves.
Yep.
And Nick and everybody who has
That is
kids
true.
since they were little will definitely, probably, I would think, agree with that. You do have to protect them from other people, but mostly it's themselves because they do talk to strangers online. They think that everyone online loves them, and they realize that
Yep.
there are bad, bad, bad people out there.
Yeah, and I went through the period of, as a father, I just had this inkling to say, "I told you so."
Yeah, I'm
And
convinced.
and that is the wrong thing to do
Yeah, I'm
because
convinced
it
that
will
my
hit you
father actually had
dead
a good
in the
time.
nuts.
my father at times had a good time with my fuck ups, just grounding me for being stupid. I'm convinced he had
Yeah.
a good time doing that because it's kind of like parents really can't get revenge if you're a good person, but you can do certain shit you know is going to piss somebody off, and you do it. So what he
Yeah,
said is right. Oh,
yeah.
Jimmy Collins tried to look through their phones. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah, but
Oh my
worst
God.
close I got to a phone was I said, "Turn the motherfucker off. Get call a company, turn it off. Fuck her."
Yeah, yeah. I paid for the phone, so I could
Yeah,
just cut it off and cancel it at any time.
yeah. I
But yeah,
going
the,
through. Oh
the
my
the
god.
stupidest thing to do is have the idea in your head as a parent that when your kid fucks up and you knew they were going to do it, you say, and you told them they were going to do it, and they said, "Oh, I'll never do that." And then you have to tell them, "I told you so."
Yeah,
So I got to the
Yep.
point to where I told my daughter, "I'm never going to tell you I told you so again. You're going to deal with your shit. I'm out of it. Don't, you can come to me pissing and moaning and crying all you want. I'm going to love you all the same. But you're going to deal with your shit from now on because I told you so.
yeah.
I told you
And
You know
that's
so.
what
the
I
last
found
time
out,
I'm going
Nick?
to tell you."
This is what I found out. Even as old as she was, and into her 20s, before I finally said, "I'm just gonna let her do what she wants and learn the hard way," because that's what she said. She sat there in the fucking garage and said those exact words. "I want to learn it the hard way." I've never heard of a kid dumb enough to say that shit out loud. Okay, but she did, and I after that I was like, okay, and but it's tiring. It's fucking tiring because you have to be on top of shit and see all the signs of what's going on because they ain't going to tell you. And my biggest regret I have was she was 19 and I told her, me and her mother sat her down New Year's Eve, said, "Do not drive your truck, the one we bought you, to the bar tonight." All right. And we knew full well that's what she was going to do. And I was ready to wait about an hour till she got there and then go up to the bar and ask them why they were, oh, she was 18, why they're feeding my 18-year-old daughter beer. And my wife talked me out of it because she didn't want my daughter to get embarrassed.
Yep.
And this day, I should have done it. I should have fucking done it because her embarrassment would have lasted a week or two. And then she'd have found a different bar to go to. Would have mattered. But in the end, and she wouldn't have told us where. So in the end, because and nothing happened. She got home all right. Everything was fine, but she drove drunk, and you don't realize it. And I'm
Ooh.
sober and everything, but you don't realize when you're watching somebody you love do that kind of shit. How
Yeah.
how horrible that is. It's 8:30, Dave.
Yep. Time for you to go make
Yeah, I gotta
dinner.
go. But I want to thank you, Dave.
What are we having tonight?
I have no
What are
freaking
we having tonight?
biscuits and gravy, actually. Yeah.
Oh.
Homemade. Uh,
Hey,
homemade gravy,
that's
homemade
good
biscuits.
old soul
Ooh.
food right there.
It is. It
Ooh.
really is.
Ooh.
Really is.
It'll warm your soul.
I'll make up two or
Yep.
three batches of that a month, and I'll just eat that for dinner. I got no pride. It's got all the food
Yep.
groups in it.
White or
Uh,
brown gravy?
well, technically, it's more white than brown. Yeah, but it's not. I use
Got that
what the
milk
hell is it?
gravy.
Jimmy Dean sausage, so that has something to do with it.
You know,
And
speaking of Jimmy Dean sausage, that stuff stinks when you cook it,
It does, but it
but
tastes
it
damn
tastes
good.
good.
well,
It
yeah, that tastes good.
stinks like hell when you cook it. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm like, what's up with the Jimmy Dean sausage that stinks so bad when you fry it or cook it or whatever you do with it?
chicken wings in the air fryer for
Yep.
me. Huh. I don't like chicken wings. A lot of
Yep.
work for no reward, frankly.
Yeah, there's
I don't know.
that.
But I
Yep.
like biscuits and gravy a lot. I've been eating that half my fucking life. And it's way better when you make the gravy and you make the biscuits yourself. They just taste so much better than when you go to the restaurant because that shit I think comes out of a can or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Oh
You know,
God.
they do have biscuit. They have biscuit gravy in a can. It's not. I don't like it, but they have it.
Well,
And
they got
Yeah.
chicken in a can
Yeah.
too, so it's
yeah,
a whole
yeah,
chicken. But
yeah.
yeah, that's
It's not
not
good.
good.
It's not really good
No,
though.
but you know, I ate so many uh, breakfast suppers in my life.
Yeah, yeah,
You
Yeah.
know, pancakes and eggs and fried eggs
Yeah.
or scrambled eggs or you know, fried eggs sunny side up. If you could not pop
Yeah.
the damn yolk and get some toast with butter on it, and you could dip
Yeah.
your bread in the yolk. You know,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Breakfast for dinner is one of my favorite meals, like a big thing of scrambled
I had an
eggs
omelet
and
last night.
sausage and
Yeah, I had an
bacon
omelet
and
last.
toast. Oh
See,
yeah. Ooh.
cheese,
Yep.
lettuce, or
Well, there's your
onions,
problem,
and
cheese.
tomatoes. Which the thing that sucks is back when you had an omelet when we were kids with tomatoes in it, you could taste the tomato. Can't taste the tomato anymore.
Yeah.
No,
It's
No.
in there for looks, I think. I don't
No.
know, but
you know, it's funny. I never liked
Yeah.
tomatoes, and I started eating not like a tomato, but
Tomatoes.
tomatoes and other things.
yeah, yeah.
And I started eating
Yeah.
it because it doesn't have a taste to it.
Well,
Back
yeah,
in the day,
it tastes like chalk,
yeah,
basically. Yeah.
back in the day when there was like a, you know, homegrown tomato, those,
Yeah.
to me, it tastes bitter, or I
Well,
don't
yeah.
know why.
No, it's like tart or something, but
Yeah,
there's like nothing better than a tomato, homegrown tomato, and some salt. You're sitting down. Like I
Yeah.
used to sit on the porch and eat one, and it
my
was
mama
delicious.
does that.
And
She'll
now
slice.
to get taste in a tomato, you have to put half a bottle of salt on it just to have any
Yeah,
taste. It's ridiculous.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got to go. So you
Yeah.
all have a great
All
night.
right, Jerry.
Hopefully, we
Always
will
a
see
pleasure.
you. What is it, tomorrow night? And
Tomorrow night is
yep.
Friday. You will see me. You will see me because I probably have to defend myself on your show for talking about other people on my show.
Well, it's fine. You know what? Don't worry about
Oh, I know. I know. I'm not worried
it.
about it.
Whatever. If he
Tonight was actually one of those things. I sat here for like the hours I was putting the studio together, going, God, I hope people come on and have something to talk about tonight. Because if I started at 7:00 and 7:05 and there's nobody watching and nobody comes on, it will probably be done about 7:06.
yeah. Well, turned out okay.
Because I just had nothing. It did. It did. And I had a really good time. I'm glad you guys
Yeah.
came. But I'm learning also that it's better sometimes to just not have any plan and just come
Oh,
on. And
you're
if
finally
people say
coming
they
away.
want to
You're coming
come
around
in,
our way of thinking, Dave.
then you
That's
let them come in.
good for you.
Oh yeah,
We
most
have the wing
definitely.
it.
Most
We have the
definitely.
wing it thing that we just wing
Yeah.
it. Uh,
Yeah, we just got
Yeah.
wingmen all over the place.
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That's it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. You got a great bunch of people that watch. But all right, Jerry, I'm glad
Thank you,
you came.
Dave.
I
See you
really am.
tomorrow, guys. Nick, take
Okay.
care.
All
We'll
right.
see.
Yeah.
Hopefully, everybody in the comments will
Okay.
be by tomorrow, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Take
Yep.
care.
I hope
You on
so.
AMRAP
All
tomorrow?
right. Take care. On the Unwrap tomorrow. And it comes down to Nikki. Any more news out of the New Orleans thing? Because I guess they're getting ready for the Super Bowl. Are they getting ready for Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they're diligently working on getting those ballards working, and that
Okay.
block the traffic that they should have done 2 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
I
I don't even know who's playing. I mean, I just haven't paid attention to the
shit, I don't know
NFL
either.
in years. It's like when we moved down here, the first thing I said to my son, if the Jacksonville Jaguars ever play the New England Patriots, I want to go, but it's like $300 a ticket.
It's ridiculous.
And it's like, I'm feeling I'm feeling good because I get a credit card in the mail, and I figured I'll say to my son, let me break this in by, by getting a ticket for you, a ticket for me, and a ticket for our grandson. And it was like $300 in tickets, and I don't even want to know how much parking was. And God,
well, you don't want to know that.
Stay home and watch it. Buy a pay-per-view and watch it.
Now, you could park for free in New Orleans, but you might not have a car when you come back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Collins says it's the Lions versus the Bills.
Oh, our grandson will be watching it then because the Buffalo Bills are his
he
team.
said, fuck it. He said,
Yeah.
mark it. Fuck Kansas City. So apparently there's there's playoff games still going on this weekend. So
yeah.
It's not finalized.
Yeah, if the Buffalo Bills are a playoff game with the Lions, he'll be watching, hoping the Bills make it. I don't really care either way.
I have no preference at this point. The Saints sucked, so that's all that mattered to me.
I watched it, or I read a post on Facebook that said they had a picture of a military guy with a helmet, and then it said something to the effect of when the guys who wear this helmet make the same as guys who wear a helmet and play football, then we know we're doing something right, which is
right. I get that.
They're not paid right, but nobody's paid right in this country, and I hate watching Bernie Sanders talk about a living wage.
Oh, Lord.
Because a living wage in this country, I guess nobody seems to understand. They want to get the McDonald's person who makes $7.50 an hour up to $15 an hour, and they want to do that right now. And what they don't understand is that when you take the $7.50 and you double it to $7.50, it just means that you're paying $7.50 in taxes and making the same $7.50.
Yes, and
right.
But
this
Dave,
is what these people don't understand.
They don't get it. They don't get it whatsoever. Right. I went to McDonald's, and I don't eat McDonald's. Although I did have, finally, I had 2 McRibs this past week,
which are absolutely disgusting. You should watch them,
but they taste good.
They do. You should watch the YouTube on them, and they say that if you can't, I watched 2 or 3 of them, and they say if you watch them all, you'll never eat it again.
If you watched how they make any hamburger in McDonald's or any fast food place, you would never eat it. But
McDonald's chicken nuggets, you would never eat, but it's whatever they sweep together and compress.
Yeah, or you like you like wieners, you like bologna, you like any.
Yeah, hot dogs are the same. Hot dogs are the same thing. Even if you like a good kosher beef frank, like I do, it's all.
But McDonald's, they want their living wage, $15 an hour. Okay, well that's fine, but it's still not a living wage because what they do is they raise the price of the food, and it kills what it's no better. And then I went and brought my grandson over there. He wanted whatever it was. Just him, not me. Just him. It was a little hamburger, little double cheeseburger looking thing.
Yeah.
With an order of fries and a whatever it was. Mocha latte frappe, whatever the hell it was.
Oh yeah, yep.
Over $11. Over $11 just for that.
We stopped at Wendy's yesterday, and I think it was like $14-15 for.
I like Wendy's,
and when it was actually pretty good. I never could wrap my arms around a square hamburger on a round bun. But then I had to.
But if you have a round bun and the burger is in the center of it and it doesn't even reach the edges, Wendy's does that.
Yeah.
Wendy's burger comes out the edges of the bun.
Yeah. Hey. Okay. Nikki's going to make you come on the broadcast if you keep barking.
We'll make hamburgers here.
Yeah. But no. But and then I say to people, now in California, the McDonald's workers want $20, $25 an hour. And it's like, my response was, okay, give them 25. And then you give them 25, a week later, they're going to want 35. When does it?
Yeah.
When does it
Never
end?
gonna end.
When does it end? And I'd like to get double the Social Security I get now.
Yeah. Right.
But let me see. David Bray. Let me read this one. David Bray says, "Hey Dave, what really pisses me off, this dock worker's making $70 an hour. Yeah, that's outrageous. It is, but we're still picketing because they want more. That's bullshit." Yep. To me, and think about all these, everybody else in the country and the world struggling, and you got these idiots who can't live off of $70 an hour. People are always going to claim that they can't live. Americans are always going to say, we can't live off of whatever you offer us. You got to get double. And then, it's like everybody else says, the prices are going to be absolutely crazy. Tesla, I watched your video the other day. Tesla storage lots around the country have 3 times more than they normally have of just the cars. Then I saw a video about the Cybertrucks, and that's all this one Tesla lot had on it was Cybertrucks, and they're not selling them. And the retail price is like $100,000, and people are coming in and saying, if you drop it to $70,000, I'll buy one. And
yeah, and then they have all these recalls on them. So
yeah,
you could buy one, but then it's
And
gonna get recalled immediately. So you buy one and it has a recall on it. So why would they even sell it with a recall on it?
And now you got all these tablet screens on the dashboard. I'm glad I'm not driving anymore, because I don't think I could handle driving that car.
And then, speaking of that, Dave, they say it's against the law to use your cell phone. But
your some insurance company apps, if you touch, if your phone rings and it touches it. But I guess Donna said to me the other day that ours that we have on our car, if you're at a light and you're not moving, or you pull over and you're not moving, then it's okay for her
if you're in mode
to answer
you're using
phone.
your phone.
Our Geico app, it didn't matter. Our Geico app didn't matter. If the car was running and you touched your phone, it was points. If I was a passenger and I touched my phone, I had to go into the app and confirm that I was in the car using my phone, but I am a passenger.
See what they're doing. But then, like you said, with all of these EV vehicles, you have to touch the screens. So your mind is somewhere else off the road at all times.
Yeah.
So so what's the difference between and I don't like a motherfucker talking on their cell phone, because they're never paying attention to anything. Because I've almost been hit head on many times by these mostly women.
And if you call a police
that are too busy on the damn cell phone or texting, now, maybe not talking, but texting. So you have to look at the phone. You can talk on the phone and not look at the phone and have a hand on the steering wheel. But
if you call a police department and say, I just got passed by squad car 666, and they confirm where you are, so I would tell them, and he's on his phone and he's driving at 45 miles an hour. He's driving with his phone in his hand. If I was doing that, he'd be all over me. Well, I can't do it legally now anyway, so
Well, what about the cop that just hauls ass down the road for no apparent reason?
Yeah.
You know, no lights on, not going anywhere, just to get there quicker, so to speak.
We had 3 ambulances that stopped. This was when I worked in California as a dispatcher. The little business was there too. We shared the offices with them. On Christmas Eve at midnight, on Christmas Eve, so it was just becoming Christmas, they did a formation with their lights going. No sirens, just their lights going down. They knew they were going to hit all the green lights because they were doing 35 miles an hour on like a, 25-mile section of road. But the head police dispatcher called me up and he said, "You know what's going on?" I said, "Yeah, I got 3 ambulances that are in your city having dinner." He said, "No, they're on El Camino Real going with their lights going." "And are they on a call?" I said, "No." So they pulled them over, they cited them, and then the next morning, the guy that owned the company fired him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's against the law
another
for an ambulance
Yeah.
or a cop car, a cop or a sheriff or a state
another one of
police
them
to just turn on their lights just to go through an intersection.
Another time, another crew dropped in the emergency room, and when they left the emergency room, they had their lights and sirens on, and I happened to watch that one. They pulled out of the emergency room, lights going, went like 3 miles up the road to the Dunkin' Donuts, and then turned their lights off.
Oh yeah,
they got fired, but they got fired before they got their coffee from Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
because I'm just like, you guys can't do, you can't do that. You just can't do that.
I see it all the time.
You just cannot.
I see it all the time for them to go huddle up in a parking lot somewhere. Two cop cars, 3 cop cars, turn the lights on, get through traffic, and then just pull off in a side lot somewhere and all bullshit,
I had an unmarked Crown Vic because I had a 95 Crown Vic that the company had. They decided they were going to take it off, so I bought it and painted it gunmetal gray. But I had lights in the grill, and what was I going to say? I used them one day. I got pulled over. I got reamed by the chief of police. He said, "Next time you do that, I'm going to make you take them out." I forget what it was. It was something stupid.
Against the law. I see it all the time. It's like even like volunteer firemen. They have lights.
Yeah, the blue lights because they get blue lights. The volunteer firemen.
Some of these idiots around here, especially the young guys, they think it's some kind of, masculinity check or something, and then they turn on their lights or hit the siren or whatever, just for shits and giggles. That's all against the law. You can't do it unless you're going.
We didn't have sirens. Yeah. We didn't have in Massachusetts, that company. We didn't have sirens, and we had green lights and white lights because we couldn't have red lights and we couldn't have blue lights. And every time I hired a new driver, I called 2 police departments and said, "I just hired a new driver, and we're going to let him take that 20-mile ride with his green and white flashing lights." And they would watch as they went by because they knew that this was the one time I would say to the officer, "You got 20 minutes to make this route with your lights on, and then you never turn them on again," just so that they could get it out of their system.
Yeah. But I see it all the time. Sheriffs, police.
Yep.
Not so much ambulances, because I think ambulances are like speed throttles or something, which that's the ones that shouldn't be, because they need to be quick to get to where they're going.
Yeah. Well, they need to be running their sirens because a lot of times you can't see the lights until they're right up on top of you because they don't turn the siren on.
But cops and
ambulance. That made no sense to me at
cops
all.
and sheriffs, they just haul ass around here all the way through town. You know, we have 45 mile per hour in town, and then it goes to 35, or 45 just outside of what we call town. Then it turns to 35 miles per hour. Then it goes back to 45, and then it goes back up to 55 and 65 and 70 when you hit, the high roads up there. But these idiots, I mean, they just barrel ass through town for no reason whatsoever, and then to take a left turn somewhere or a right turn somewhere, and they're not going anywhere. I mean, if you're going that fast, you better have an emergency. Have your lights on for a reason, so people can get out the way. But no, they're not doing that. They don't turn the lights on. They don't do any of that. They just weave around everybody. I'm like, if I did that shit, I'd be in jail right now.
I bought a 97 Ford Explorer from the Massachusetts State Police because it was 2008 when I bought it, because it took it that long to hit 60,000 miles, because they used to take them off at 60,000 miles and sell them. And one day the state police were waiting at a hotel that used me all the time to take the Denver Broncos, cheerleaders, coaches, everybody, in 2 buses. And a reporter missed the earlier press bus. So the hotel general manager came out and said to me, "Can you take her?" And I said, "Yeah." So I pull up to the buses, and one of the state police escorts, motorcycle guy, knew me. And he looked at me and he said, "Is this one of ours?" I said, "Well, no." I said, "It's mine now. It used to be one of yours." And I said, "I got a favor to ask." I said, "The lady missed the bus, the press bus, and she needs to be at the game." So he said, "What you do is you go in between the 2 buses. You don't let anybody get in between you, anybody behind you, and you go as fast as that bus is going." And he said, "You don't look at your speedometer until you get to where we're going." We left the hotel at 60 miles an hour. We made a U-turn to get on the highway at 80 miles an hour. We were doing 128 miles an hour down the highway, then through the back road to get into the players' entrance of the stadium. The guy asked me when we got there, he said, "How fast do you think you were going?" I said, "Much faster than I hope I ever have to do again."
Right.
And he said, "I hope so." He said, "I hope I never see you driving that thing that fast." Main reason why I bought it was because in the snow, you drop it to 4-wheel drive low and not go over 35 miles an hour, and you're driving through snow like it's butter.
Yeah.
But
you were doing like what I did in like my vet, and I've done it in my one of my Camaros.
Oh my God.
Telephone posts look like fence posts coming by. It's that fast.
I could not imagine driving a vet that fast. I've always wanted to. I mean, now there are so many things I wish I could drive that I didn't drive when I
only got up
was
to
driving,
100,
just to take them up as fast as they could go.
38 in the vet. That's the fastest I did in the vet.
127 was fast enough for me, and I never did that. I never did anything else. One of my limos I took up to, but it was a private road, private property. No one else was around. I took that one up to 130 and showed someone how I could do a fishtail in it if I needed to. Not that I ever needed to. But there is no reason to be going that fast.
I had
in most cases. It's fun.
This was not a fun case. This was a programming the vet case. because I was
Yeah.
custom programming the vet, so I had to do what's
Yeah.
called a watt tune, wide open throttle. So
Okay.
I had to pick a dark road in the middle of the night, no cops, and it took me 4 chances because there was always some asshole coming around the corner way down. And so finally, by the time I got to 138 miles an hour, just getting out of second gear, I had to shut it down because I was coming around a 90-degree curve, and I didn't want to straighten out that curve, you know? So I had to shut it down. But that was only, I don't know, a little over maybe a quarter mile, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Something a little over a quarter mile. It was at 138, and I was like, okay, this is kind of fast.
Well, in some ways, I'm glad I'm not driving anymore because here in Florida, I would be hit by too many things that just people make lane changes and then turn their blinkers on.
Yeah, other people can't drive. You can drive, David.
Yeah.
Dave.
Well, no,
Other people can't drive.
I can't. In my head, I can still drive because I made a living driving for 40 plus years. But realistically, no. If you know, Don and I were talking about it the other day, and I said, no, I'm sure I could just jump behind the wheel and drive. And the reality is no. I can't. I couldn't do it anymore. I get into a car and she has to drive me 10 minutes up the road, and 5 minutes into it, I'm looking at her saying, I just don't want to be in this car anymore.
I'm about to go into a road rage because the other people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Road rage. Like I said, the biggest one that makes me the worst angry is someone will pull in front of us and then put their blinker on.
They come from a side road.
And to me,
turn on the next road, which they could have got to.
No, this is just they passed us and pull in front of us. But once they have pulled in front of us, that's when the blinker goes on.
Yeah. Or they don't use a blinker.
Did I not see you?
Yeah. I almost got T-boned the other day by some jackass coming from a side road. That just shot.
They don't stop.
I'll say 5 lane through Eunice now because it's 2 lanes, running east, 2 lanes running west, with a median, a turning lane, and it's a turning lane that nobody knows how to use, even though it has all the yellow markers with turn here, turn. They can't figure it out. Well, this jackass decides they're just gonna cut from a side road at a stop sign, and I'm on the highway, which I don't have to stop. This stupid ass just cuts right in front of me, goes all the way across the road, the 5 lanes, so to speak, to get to where they needed to go. And I had to slam on my brakes, and I have Allstate, and I have that, tracking thing. Oh, braking alarm, sudden braking alarm.
Yeah.
I'm like, it wasn't my fault.
Right.
They don't really tag you for it. It's like the red light changes on you all of a sudden, and you're like, oh shit, you gotta slam on the brake to
or go through it,
stop, or go through it and hope there's not a cop around.
Yeah. I just I asked someone to look for Windows 11 Pro driving games that all I need is a mouse because I don't have room on my desk to mount a steering wheel and pedals. Because I just have to. I miss not driving. But my wife is young, and I have to be awake in about 10 hours because of doctor appointments and this and that.
Yep.
So, anything else you want to say?
No, that's it.
Except yelling at me because I didn't send you a link because I was looking as I was going down Messenger, going, who do I send links to? Because and it's also. You guys do 4 nights a week. I know because I do 4 nights a week.
It gets
with
tiring,
you.
Dave.
And then
it gets tiring.
Then I'm thinking, right? Then I'm thinking you guys do 4 nights a week, and then I'm bugging you to do 2 nights a week, which is kind of rough, you know.
No, I was just.
So I never know who to invite.
Yeah, I was just doing other things. I'll let you know when I want an invite. Don't stress yourself.
Or just come in. No, I'm moving toward just coming on and, like I said, just come on and throw it open. And if the live chat goes, then the live chat goes.
Yeah.
And if no one joins me, then you know, whenever I decide that's
you'll
enough.
see he's on in the chat. And if they ask you for
crazy.
a link, then there you go. I wouldn't.
It's too crazy. It's too crazy trying to get people. You know.
Yeah, I would.
I really wanted to see if I could get Jen on tonight, but I didn't get an answer.
Yeah, I wouldn't stress on sending, 100 links every damn night. That's just too much work. I mean, you don't need to do that. You know,
it is.
We'll tell you when to do it. Believe me.
You tell me when you want to come on.
That's right.
And
I'll tell you how this is going to work.
You tell me. You tell me how this is going to work. Well, that's how it worked in California. I had the executive producer. She told me who was going to come on and when they were going to come on. And, you know, they were on the phone with her 5 minutes before they had to be on, you know.
Yeah. Don't put so much work into it, Dave.
No, I need to stop putting so much work into it and just enjoy doing it. But it was a pleasure to have you on. So any last parting words you want to say before I activate your parachute?
My eject button.
Your eject button. That's another story I'll save for another time.
I enjoyed the show.
I'm glad you came on.
Yeah, I'm glad I came on.
I'm glad you came on. I won't ask your mom about which pocket the key fob is in tonight.
Oh, God. Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's safe.
You know. And I don't want Yolanda to just come on and start telling me about.
She'll read you.
What I know she will, and I enjoy getting readings, but I get scared lately when people say, "Oh, I can give you a reading." No, please.
It might be a bad.
I was born. I was born. I didn't pay my taxes. The IRS crawled up inside of something, and when they decide they've had enough being up there, I'll probably die.
Right.
All right, Nikki.
Dave. Well,
all right, Nikki. Thanks for coming.
Good luck. Is your wife?
All right.
Donna has a doctor's appointment.
No, I have a doctor's appointment, but my wife Donna has to drive me.
Okay. Well, good luck.
One of the 3 drivers in the house has to.
Good luck with the doctor's appointment
because they don't let me drive anymore.
Yeah, that might be a good thing.
It's probably a very good thing.
Yeah, you're gonna forget where you're at, and you're gonna be on Facebook, fighting with Facebook, and you know.
I had a dream one night that I got pulled over, but the funny thing about it was a Tesla, a self-driving Tesla, and I was sitting in the back seat reading the paper, and the car got pulled over. And the officer walked up and said something, and the window went down, and the officer looked in, and he said, "Who's driving the car?" I said, "It's a self-driving car. What's the problem?" He said, the car was doing about 6 miles over the speed limit, and I'm going to, I was going to write a ticket. And I said, well, it's a self-driving car. So who gets the ticket? Because I'm not driving. I'm just in the car. It's driving itself. Does Elon Musk get a ticket? It ended up they just decided not to write a ticket, but it became one of those videos like you see the guys telling the police officers, you can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, I just kept saying, because they just kept bringing more police supervisors over, and I just kept saying to them, I'm not driving the car drives itself. So you
see,
I don't know who you write the ticket to.
That would be a good discussion on an AMRAD show. Self-driving car is speeding. Who gets the ticket?
I'll ask tomorrow night unless I forget.
Sir.
If I forget, make sure you remind me. All right, Nikki.
Have a good night.
All right. Okay, Nicky Young from the American Rebellion. Jerry Michaels from the American Rebellion was here. Larry Estes, hi to you. David Bray was watching. Jimmy Collins was watching. Larry Burns was watching from Canada. Jimmy Collins was watching. I think I said that more than once. Barbara Emmons was watching at the top of the show. Robin Brunson was watching. Everybody was watching. I'm glad everybody watched. I hope you had a good time. Make sure you catch us all on the American Rebellion tomorrow night at 7 p.m. downstairs on the American Rebellion blogger page, here on Facebook, over on Rumble. I don't know exactly where, but I know it's on Rumble. Ask Jerry tomorrow and he'll tell you. And over on X. And I know it's 63 AMREB with a bunch of other numbers on the end. So again, ask Jerry over on for the information over on Rumble. Over on X. And you catch us Monday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. here on my profile on Facebook, plus as many groups as we can stuff it into. And the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel as well. And we're talking to someone about X. I don't know if we can get help from them or not. And yep, people, it does come down to X is $11 a month. And as much as I want to do it, I cannot afford to do it. So I'm trying to figure out how we will do it without having to ask people to either race or just help kick in with the money to do it. There are a couple of ways we can do it that it won't cost us anything, but it takes more computer equipment than I have, or a completely different way of doing it. We can go back to the old J.J. McCartney way of waking up like 16 hours before you go on, running a loop, and then taking the link from the YouTube channel and posting it everywhere. And then when you go live, it's live everywhere. That is something that could quite possibly be done. But anyway, thank you, David, for the great show tonight. Mr. Broadcaster Comment, Jane O'Malley, thank you for watching. Anyway, I got to unplug this, shut it off, wind up a cord, and put it away. I want to thank David Novar for replacing the cord for the Snowball mic as my 63rd birthday present. It's officially next Wednesday at 9:04 p.m. Eastern time. So drop by the American Rebellion on the 16th if you want to wish me a happy birthday, or catch whoever is on in the morning. If you're interested in taking part in the Monday and Wednesday morning caffeines, let me know by 9 o'clock in the morning if you can, and you are more than welcome to join. Same thing with the Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Either let me know by 6 p.m. or just come into the live chat on Facebook or go into the live chat on YouTube and tell me that you want the link, and we will send you a link. Really informal group of people here. Anyway, I do have to go. I keep saying I have to go. My wife gets mad at me when I keep saying I have to go. So we are gonna go. Been watching Boogie with the Bull Thursday night, Uncensored. a copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. And what that means is, I don't know. Tickets are free. And I'll slide up here, double V's for victory, double V's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is coming to an end. One more time. We'll say double V's for